the 2K Sports pregame show.
And a warm Thanksgiving wish to everyone, and welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, thankful to be with
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, from everyone here at 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And a warm Thanksgiving wish to everyone, and welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, thankful to be with these gobblers here.
No, I'm a gobbler now.
this Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
That's my turkey sound, Ernie.
Thanks for clearing that up. And it is Wizard basketball tonight as the Washington Wizards go up against the 76ers out in Philadelphia. Taking a look at the 76ers, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And a happy Thanksgiving Day, everybody. So much to be thankful for. Our families, our friends, our wonderful...
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, from everyone here at 2K Sports. Nothing like the NBA for Turkey Day. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Philadelphia 76ers preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. This their first look at this year's Washington squad. They could only manage a single win in 4 tries against these guys last year. So a look at the starters for the Wizards. They've got Jones. A-Train is out there with the professor. Then there's Lights Out, and it's Holmes in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's A-Train. Outside, Jones. They set the pick. Poole. And that one comes up a bit short. So for the Wizards, their last game a win against the Raptors.
And a couple guys got hot early, and then it became contagious. You could see that everybody kind of pitched in when it came to shooting.
Exactly right, Greg. I mean, normally there's a hot shooter. The defense can kind of lock into that guy and then let somebody else get some shots, but that wasn't even an option in that game because everybody was on fire.
That one's rebounded by Embiid. Philadelphia with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And no one expected them to win that game per se, but no excuse for the way that one ended up.
You know, it perhaps could serve as a rallying point for him, Greg. I mean, sometimes after a big loss like that, it can be a catalyst or a wake-up call for the locker room.
So it's Washington now, following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Randy Whitman. Doris, what did he have to say?
He has a very specific approach laid out. He told me that they're going to concentrate on working the ball into the paint as much as possible today and taking advantage of what he believes is a significant edge for them on the interior. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. To the right side. Here's the professor. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, but if I can say so, it was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the 3rd straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was, could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
And so here is Philadelphia following the bucket by the Wizards. Ilgauskas, good.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's the professor. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Toronto.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
Embiid the screen. Ilgauskas dishes to Embiid, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
Washington trailing. The pass to the professor. Back to Jones. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Jones has got 5 now.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start off the game. Ilgauskas, good.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Pass to the professor. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. The shot no good. And the 76ers go the other way with it. The 3. The shot is off.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
There's the pick. Here's Holmes. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Ilgauskas up top. 7 points in the game. And Jones pulls it down.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Now here's Jones. They lead by 1. And that one's good. Lights Out's got his first 2 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Ilgauskas against Jones. Harris, an easy layup after coming off the pick.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Ilgauskas against Jones. Basket Poole. 3-pointer. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just 1 so far.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The pass to the professor. Puts it up from 15. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Ilgauskas with it. He's coming off a 16-point game against Indiana. Pass to Champ. There's the feed to Ilgauskas. Clock at 6. Embiid the screen. Ilgauskas the pass to Embiid. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Q. Oubre comes in for Champ, and G's subbed in for Garbage Man. So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. They've got Bottoms. Lights out there with Jones. Then there's the professor. And it's Holmes in at the 5.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
Now, here is Ilgauskas. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots off to a good start.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Bottoms. He's coming off a 22-point game against Toronto.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
The 9-foot shot. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Bottoms got the lead up to 5 now for the Wizards. Ilgauskas against Jones. Pulls up on the elbow. Here's Embiid. Great look there, but off target. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. They set the screen. The professor passes to Bottoms. Cannot hit. Now the 76ers take it the other way. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Q passes to Ilgauskas. Tries to save it. And that's on a bounce. Philadelphia will retain possession. Some changes for Philadelphia. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Harris. And G's subbed in for Champ. Here's Ilgauskas. He's got 9. 6 on the shot clock. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Jones is running. It is not good. He's made half of his 6 attempts. The 76ers trail by 5. Now Ilgauskas. To the paint, and Embiid kicks to Batum. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
There's Bottoms. He has 7. Back to Jones. There's a good screen. Just 4 to shoot. He was all alone on that one. Jones has got the lead, back up to 5 now for the Wizards. The 76ers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Ilgauskas, and the professor picks up the fouls. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Ilgauskas dishes to Embiid.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Pass to Jones. They set the pick. Passes it to the professor. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Now it's a 7-point Wizards lead. The 76ers shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Ilgauskas, the pass to Embiid. And good. That's a friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Embiid's got 11 points.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
Here's Bottoms. He has 7. Out to the right wing. Down low. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Embiid kicks to Ilgauskas. Embiid the screen. Ilgauskas the pass to Q. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's Bottoms. Shoots off the step back. Great D that time from Batum.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
Now here's Jones. Nicholas Batum unable to get his shot to go. Three-pointer. And the basket by Jones. Jones has got 5 points now this quarter.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D. Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And the 76ers with some changes. Tobias Harris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Champ subbed in for G. The dish now to Embiid. To the inside. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Ilgauskas.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And there's the pass to Poole. Goes back up. Here's Bottoms. And again, Washington with the triple.
You know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Kicks to Embiid. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And now, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that led the NBA in block shots last year. 4th, the 76ers.
a big part of their defense really revolved around their ability to block shots at the rim. It's so valuable to have that kind of backline protection. Allows you to be aggressive on the perimeter.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
Terrific work by Embiid. 12 points and 5 assists.
You know what? He's getting to the line. He's passing. He's really just converting in both those areas. He has been money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really old school basketball, and you know how that is. Certain parts of the game never go out of style. They're always relevant, and he's excelled in those areas today.
Now here is Lowry. A 20-point game for him in the win against Toronto. Pass to Bottoms. Outside for Lowry. Passes it to A-Train. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards. Started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
The Great Ones checked in for Washington. Temple comes in for lights out. Here's the Great One. They lead by their biggest margin of the game.
And the Wizards really struggled post All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Washington.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too. Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they look like a lottery team. Then the next, they look like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their games when they did get hot, though.
From the baseline, another miss by Philadelphia.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Lowry against Ilgauskas. Lowry passes to Shorty. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Shorty's got 6 points.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
For Philadelphia, they have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
Here's Lowry, takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Lowry's got 4 this quarter.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Now the pass to the Great One. Dishes it to Temple. There's the pick. Lowry kicks to Temple. Pass to the Great One. Shot clock at 6. Can't make good off the screen.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with a miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. T comes in for Embiid, and Oubre sent in for Q. And the 76ers call time here. Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season after all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around. They settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense has its fits and starts, but defensively they found some traction.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for T. Robert Covington comes in for Oubre, and it's Q in for Champ.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
As you said, the 76ers will be a team built on defense going forward. At least that's what it seems like to me. They have very active hands and can bother a lot of shots. They also force a ton of turnovers as well.
Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
Wizards leading by 7. Passes it to the great one. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Now here is Lowry. After the miss from Joel Embiid. Temple gets the bucket.
And, you know, guys, the Sixers did force a lot of turnovers, but they also gave the ball away the most in the NBA, so kind of negated the turnovers they forced. They can be as defensive as they want, but they've got to get better at taking care of the ball if they're going to improve.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's A-Train. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 5 assists in the game.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Now, here's Ilgauskas. 17 points in the game.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
They set the screen. Lowry for 3, and the Wizards hit again from deep. For 3. 27 seconds left in the second quarter. Embiid the screen. Ilgauskas dishes to Embiid. Ilgauskas against Lowry. And Ilgauskas kicks to Covington. Rebound, Washington.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Lowry drives in. That'll do it for the first half. Washington out in front.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Kyle Lowry has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, 5 assists, and 1 steal. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it, Shaq-like?
That's a good one.
Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Let's take them back.
Thanks for joining us in this Thanksgiving presentation of the NBA.
Some fantastic numbers for Ilgauskas. He has 17 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the 76ers, Tobias Harris is out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's Q, and it's Garbage Man, and it's Champ in at the shooting guard position.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Jones, the pass to A-Train. Now the 76ers on the break. It's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Ilgauskas.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veterans, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence. On the team, I think really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
Feeds it to Embiid. Baseline J on the way. And that one hits back iron.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
There's the pick. Here's the Professor. Nice shot from 10 feet out. The Professor's got the lead up to 14 now for the Wizards. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. On the basket by Jones.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making.
Wizards timeout call.
Washington calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Covington's checked in. Bottoms, he's checked in for Washington. Kicks it out to Jones. They set the pick. Shot clock at 5. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Oof, this guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Randy Whitman had some words for his team over the break. He said their plan was run their offense through the Professor. The coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Lights out, passes to Holmes. Shot's good. He's got 7.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Ilgauskas dishes to...
You know, on the surface, it might seem questionable to attempt a dunk like that when you're behind, but I think he's just trying to give him a spark.
What a dunk it was.
And he's got that awe factor. Even look at us. We're all sitting here just waiting for when he goes airborne.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Embiid with the screen on Jones. The feed now to Covington. He dishes it to Ilgauskas. Embiid the screen. Stolen away. One-on-one fast break. It's hauled in by Harris.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Here's MP. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand. And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all. It's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
And Philadelphia calls time here. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you'll love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. He's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win, the consummate pro and team player.
So on the floor for Washington, we've got the professor. Jones is out there with lights out. Then there's A-Train, and it's Holmes in at the 5 down low. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. T's checked in for Embiid. Batum comes in for Tobias Harris. Robert Covington's checked in for Oubre. And G's subbed in for Q. Ilgauskas the pass to T. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Inside, here's Poole. And that one goes. Feeding him with the lead pass.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
Yeah, and the other thing also is tonight they've been able to get to the free throw line consistently and also convert big points from the charity stripe.
And the pass to A-Train. Here's the professor. And again, Washington with the triple.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Wide open look. Another one falls for Washington.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Ilgauskas against Jones. Here's T. Washington with the rebound. A-Train's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Jones the pass to Holmes. Nice ball movement by Washington. Pass to A-Train. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Wizards lead by 16.
And that's what you want to see. Good fundamental sound basketball with the bounce pass.
Batum a screen on Jones. And Ilgauskas kicks to Batum. T. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
What a performance. Just look at the game for T. He's got 10 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
And they've been important to the team. Even if it's only a couple, it's helped them establish a defensive presence inside.
Here's Washington now. They're on a 13-5 run. The shot is good. And now 24 points for the professor.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah. The officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Nicholas Batum. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Despite an overall strong year in 2015 for the Wizards, they were pretty weak at times, Clark, on the road.
Managed only 17 wins away from home, tied the Pelicans for the fewest road wins for any team that actually made the playoffs last year.
6 to shoot. Here's the professor, guarded by Embiid.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
Jones against Ilgauskas. The professor passes to Jones. Cool. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And for the Wizards and their road problems, a lot of it came from their inability to defend the three. I mean, they were in the bottom third in the league at defending the three as the road team. And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
Shoots from 12. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. And the basket good. The 76ers trail by 16. Embiid with a screen on Jones. Here's Ilgauskas. And he dunks it down.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows? And you know what's odd about the Wizards' road problems is that they played outstanding defense otherwise. I mean, compared to 2014, they definitely took a step backwards in regards to their road play last season.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Jones for 3. The offensive rebound. Here's Holmes. Stripped it away. And now Philadelphia on the break. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Ilgauskas.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
The floater. And the layup is up and in. And that's now 28 points for the professor.
Now, there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
And, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes make some adjustments.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, over that break, I listened in on Brett Brown's huddle. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Thanks a lot, Doris. Wizards leading by 11. Jones, the pass to the professor. Lets it go from 14. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one. Passes it to Champ. Tries again, and Embiid lays it in. Embiid's got it back down to within single digits for Philadelphia. Washington's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Screen by Jones. The pass to Poole. There's the pick. Wizards passing it around, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And what a game for the professor. 28 points, and he's made some good decisions with the basketball, too.
And being smart with the ball like he's been today, Clark, I think it's critical for him and them. He should repeat that every game.
For Philadelphia, they've gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Jones, the pass to A-Train. Here's the professor. The 11-footer. Can't get it to go. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Not time to panic yet, guys.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit. And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Here's lights out. Pass to A-Train. Here's the professor, and there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Yeah, he'll make the walk of shame back to the bench. He gets to watch the rest from the sideline. This is where their depth becomes such an asset, Kevin. He's gone for the remainder of the game, but fortunately, they're able to field a very capable replacement.
Ilgauskas against Jones. 5 to shoot. The rebound by Ilgauskas. Ilgauskas has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Got that one up quick. And now it's only a 5-point Wizards lead. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. And it's good.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs it right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
To the paint. Oubre, good.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential. If they're going to pull this game out.
Jones, the pass to the professor. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's the screen. Jones drives in to the middle. Here's Holmes. Some solid defense from Harris. The 76ers trail by 5. Puts it up from 17. Again, Philadelphia.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Here's A-Train. Great pass to set up the lay-in. A-Train's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Oubre. And off the fly, and in it goes.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
Boy, you can actually feel it. It's palpable. The energy level on both sides has really gone up a bunch.
Lights out, passes to A-Train. Good.
Timeout call for Philadelphia.
And the 76ers call time here. They're losing by 5. 1:04 left in the game. T's checked in for Philadelphia. Ilgauskas with it. Jones covering. Passes to T. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
That's his fifth personal foul. At the line for your 76ers.
Gets the first. That shrinks the margin to just 4.
2 shots.
And the 76ers making a change here. Covington's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
There's the pick. Here's Poole. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over him.
Ilgauskas, the pass to Chin. Buries it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
A steal. 4-on-3 break. To take the lead. The 3 won't fall. There's the pass to Q. Launches it. Count it!
He is raining threes here tonight, and he is going to continue to stay aggressive.
As he should. I mean, when you're having the kind of day he's having from long range, you're doing your team a disservice if you aren't shot hungry.
Picked off in midair. And that's an intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
To stop the run. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan Player of the Game?
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know there's 10 players on the court, but I only noticed one.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
I'm Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. This NBA
Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. The Magic again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year. Guys, they came out on top of the season series matchup a season ago, taking 2 of the 3 away from them.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Hey, Greg, we got to be honest here, which is really the only way I roll. Neither of these teams are world beaters. But you've got to start somewhere. A win tonight would be a step in the right direction.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Garbage man out there with Champ. Then it's Q, then it's Robert Covington, and it's Embiid in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Anthony. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
To the paint, here's Embiid. Orlando grabs the miss. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Well, listen, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Well, Greg, I think coming into the game, that's where they thought they had an advantage, and they did a great job exploiting it.
The 76ers might have dodged having the worst record in the league last season, but they didn't dodge having the worst road record last year, Clark.
They could not dodge that one, Kevin. Just 6 wins on the road, but that was pretty much expected considering the youth and inexperience of this team.
And so here's Orlando. After the Sixers pick up 2, here's the machine. Drops in the layup for 2.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
For Philadelphia, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Embiid the screen. Ilgauskas with it. Against Washington, he was really on his game. Covington hands the 12-footer.
Assisted.
Orlando with the ball. And the pass to Houdini. Over to the wing. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Here is Mr. Incredible. A 17-point game for him in the win against Portland.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
Now we go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Scott Skiles. Doris?
Kevin, I asked what part of their offensive scheme he feels most confident in today, and he said it's probably the depth of perimeter shooting talent that they've got. He said our guys can flat out shoot it, and you're going to see it today. Gentlemen?
Thanks, Doris. Always want to get those threes falling consistently.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right, because that's really the only way that you can force the defense to spread out and extend itself, and when that happens, then other opportunities are created.
5 on the clock. Fires from 14. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Great open look there. Anthony's got 5.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Ilgauskas, the pass to Embiid. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Embiid's got his second basket.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Orlando shooting their first free throws of the evening. He hits the second from the line.
And once again, last season, the Magic were near the bottom of the East. Only 15 wins for them against the rest of that conference.
Now, here's just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Man, you can clock his hang time with an hourglass.
Here's the machine. They trail by 1. Here's Anthony. Drills the baseline jumper. Anthony's got 7 points in the game. The 76ers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Embiid with the screen on Anthony. And Ilgauskas kicks to Embiid. Soft touch off the glass.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Here is Mr. Incredible after the Sixers pick up 2. All alone, and the jam by Ilgauskas.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. One problem the Magic faced last season was depth. They really weren't a deep team, and it hurt them along the way.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, they had the second fewest bench points in the league, and that number was really low because they didn't use the bench that often. Starters did a lot of the heavy lifting.
Here's Houdini. Really played well against Portland in his last outing. A floater, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Here's the machine. Clock at 6. Miracle Man, the pass to Wagner. Now, here's Ilgauskas. Guarded closer. He kicks it to Embiid. And a miss there on the triple.
And for the Magic, they would try and address the bench for this season, both through the draft and free agency.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And, guys, the Magic didn't luck out and jump into the top 3 in the draft. Still ended up with a high pick, and that'll help add another nice piece to their puzzle. They've accumulated a lot of good pieces, but now they need to start making it work.
So for the Magic, Thunder's checked in for Houdini. And it's buckets in for Anthony. Philadelphia also making some changes. T's checked in for Embiid. Oubre comes in for Q. And G's subbed in for Garbage Man. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Orlando, Thunder is out there with Houdini. Then there's Buckets. Then there's Harris. And it's Ingles in at the 3 spot. Here's Buckets. It's tipped. Here's Ilgauskas. Can't get it to go. And Orlando the other way now. There's the dish to Ingles. There's the pick. Pass to Thunder. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Embiid.
And taking a look now at stats for Batum. last season's performance for him. Last season put up about 9 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that. Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
Good. 6 points for Q.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here is Harris, looking for his first basket still in this one. Back to Anthony. Kicks to Ingles. Here's Thunder. Here's Houdini. Goes up again, and he lays it up and in.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Passes to Q. Here's Oubre. Sweet little floater. Oubre's got the lead up to 4 now for the 76ers.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Here's Ingles. Here's Houdini. Can't capitalize on the good screen. Now, here's Ilgauskas. There's the screen and the pass to T. Oubre kicks to Ilgauskas. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Well, let's take a look at where Orlando ended up, Kevin, rank-wise in the league last year. 12th in steals, 12th in points off turnovers. And they were in the top half of the league in field goal percentage as a team, and part of that was due to the fact that they were a little inconsistent offensively.
Here's Ingles. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. No luck. And Philadelphia the other way now. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, more than anything else, I think three-point shooting was the key, the catalyst, if you will, in that game.
Yeah, it's really a nice weapon to have because it makes things easier for you in other parts of your offense when you can knock down the three.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
The Orlando Magic didn't make the playoffs last year for the 3rd consecutive season, Greg. They knew it wasn't a realistic goal for them.
Yeah, and last season wasn't really about making the postseason, Kevin, for this group. It's soon that will have to be the goal as patience will wear thin within that fan base.
There's a screen. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Ingles has got himself on the board with 3 there.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Timeout called the 76ers. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
The 76ers leading by 3.
Well, it's been a while for the Magic in regards to the postseason. Another year of missing postseason play. This latest playoff drought comes after they made 6 straight trips to the playoffs from 2007 to 2012.
Harris outside. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Back to Anthony. And stolen by Ilgauskas. A solo fast break. A finish. Throws down off the coast-to-coast drive.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one. And overall, this Orlando franchise has been pretty consistent in making the playoffs. They've had 14 playoff trips since the inception of the franchise back in 1989. Given how hard it can be for expansion teams, you have to say that's a solid mark.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. From downtown, Oubre can't get it to go. The Magic trail by 7. Anthony. Kicks to Ingles, the 3, and the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
That's his second personal foul. If he gets another, he probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
Miracle Man, he's checked in for Thunder. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Ilgauskas, the pass to Q. He dishes it to Ilgauskas. They set the pick. Pass to Q. Shot clock at 6. Here's T, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, a lot of steals in the first half. Really getting after it defensively.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The Magic trail by 8. Anthony kicks to Harris from past the arc. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. There's
Six points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
No doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Batum's screen on Anthony. Ilgauskas against Anthony. 6 to shoot. Ilgauskas, good! Ilgauskas has got 6 here in this quarter.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And it's Harris off the drive, and he gets it to go.
Well, that's simply a great move there, Kevin. He dusted off the defense and got to the cup for the easy basket.
And here is Ilgauskas. He's got 10 inside. Oh, that's blocked. Now Anthony. Miracle Man, the pass to Harris. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up a dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
Ilgauskas with it. Now Anthony defending. An easy 2 points on the layup. And it's a 7-point 76ers lead.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Ingles passes to Miracle Man. He feeds it to Anthony. And stolen by Ilgauskas. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And, fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Anthony, the pass to Miracle Man. Dishes to Harris. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
They set the pick. Ilgauskas in the post. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And he gets it to go. 1:57 left here in the second. Passes it to Q. Ilgauskas against Anthony. Ilgauskas, the pass to Q. That shot wide open. Q's got the lead back up to 9 now for Philadelphia.
Playing smart offensively in the first half. No doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
Now here is Harris. 9 points in the game so far. Back to Anthony. The rebound by Ilgauskas.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Now the pass to Q. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Harris kicks to Ingles. To the inside. Houdini. Great D that time from Batum. The 76ers leading by 9. And Ilgauskas kicks to Oubre. Orlando grabs the miss. Miracle Man's got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's Harris off the drive. Makes it off the glass. That's now 8 points for Houdini.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
They set the pick. Harris on the double team. And Ilgauskas kicks to Batum. Here's Q. Kept alive. T. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Oof, this guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
Anthony with the bucket. It's stolen. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down for the 76ers. The first quarter was pretty even. The biggest lead. And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
Now, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. We're seeing a tremendous game from Garbage Man.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Joel Embiid. Q out there with Batum, and it's Garbage Man, and it's Champ in at the 2. The 76ers struggled last year, but it was mostly due to their offensive issues, Greg. At times, they could be okay on defense.
No doubt, Kevin. They've got a good group of rim protectors, and they also knew how to force turnovers, but they have got to improve offensively.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Ilgauskas with it. To the paint. Goes up off the pick. And Embiid throws it down.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you know, Philly would finish right in the middle of the pack in terms of defensive rankings. They knew how to make stops, and they've got some good defenders, too, so not surprised they were fairly solid defensively.
And the Miracle Man is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Pass to Q. Shoots from 12. Rebound by the Magic. Houdini's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And the big thing that stuck out for for the Sixers, their turnovers forced. I mean, 2nd in the league in steals per game, 4th in the league in blocks. Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Ilgauskas against Anthony. No good from outside.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Pass to the machine. Back to Anthony. The baseline J. And again, it's Orlando converting.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Embiid with the screen on Anthony. Ilgauskas dishes to Embiid.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Nice game. Great performance by Garbage Man.
He just continues to light him up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his point. And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of size, speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
Thunder's checked in for Orlando. Buckets comes in for Anthony. To the inside. That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Covington's checked in. And there's the pass to Wagner. Shot is off. And Philadelphia the other way now. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Now, here's Ilgauskas. 18 points for him. Well, the Magic knew that last season would be one, Greg, for development. A young team like they had needs to grow before they can really compete.
And you touched upon it, Kevin. They really were a young team last season. Third youngest team in the league by the end of the year. How about an average age of just over 24 years old?
And you talk about that low age number for the Magic. You mentioned it a moment ago, and they had several rookies last season. That's why they were so young. It was as good a year as any to get their feet wet and see what those young guys could do.
Here's Thunder. 8 points for him. Pass to the machine. 6 on the shot clock. Buckets passes to Miracle Man. And the rejection by Embiid. That's good. Here's Ilgauskas. 20 points for him. Embiid the screen. And Ilgauskas kicks to Embiid. Off loose off the pick and hammers it home.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And the Magic, while their youth did grow over the course of the season, they still struggle. And they do need a veteran presence to kind of ensure that they don't start developing that culture of losing in the franchise.
Now, here's Ilgauskas. And there's the feed to Embiid. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Passes it to Miracle Man. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Here's Thunder off target with the jump hook.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor. He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
Here's Ilgauskas. Offline with his 3. The Magic trail by 10. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Here's Wagner. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Fellas, he just is struggling to get anything going. Right now, his shooting percentage in the quarter, 20%.
Oubre's checked in for Philadelphia. G comes in for Garbage Man. Orlando also making some changes. Houdini comes in for Miracle Man. And Anthony subbed in for the Machine. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Ilgauskas is checked in. Now, here's Ilgauskas. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
The pass to Wagner. 11 feet away. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Ilgauskas. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. He's made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight, and he makes the first.
Taking 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. 76ers ahead, opening up a huge gap. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Machines checked in for the Magic. Philadelphia also making some changes. Oubre's checked in for Q, and it's Garbage Man in for G. Houdini is out there with Mr. Incredible. Then it's the Machine. Then it's Thunder. And it's Anthony in at the point guard. That's who's out there for Orlando. Embiid with a screen on Anthony. And Ilgauskas kicks to Embiid. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Here's the Machine.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, he would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
Now, here's Ilgauskas. Took him no time at all on that one. 14 points for Champ.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Embiid with a screen on Anthony. Down low. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Now here's Anthony. Here's Wagner. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got his 7th assist here tonight.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Covington's shot is off.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Anthony drives in. Here's the Machine. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Kelly Oubre. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets. And there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Miracle Man, he's checked in for Orlando. And the 76ers also making a change. Q, he's checked in for Oubre. Pass to the Machine. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans. You know, it hasn't always been the case in the NBA, but parity is at a great spot right now. Every team can compete for a title or end up last in their conference, it seems. It's something the NBA wanted and ultimately now has achieved.
Good.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
And speaking of NBA parity, it's impossible to go from last to first in a single year, but it can happen in a 3-year span.
And that's all you really want from a fan's perspective, hope. To illustrate the parity, all 4 teams in the conference finals from last year were different from the year before.
Miracle Man, that's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got his 9th assist in the game now. The 76ers leading by 20. Pass to Ilgauskas. To the left side wing. The shot. Here's Embiid. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Terrific work by Embiid. He's got 24 points, and he's been a brick wall today with all those blocks.
You got that right. He's giving them serious doubts about bringing the ball to the rim.
And Embiid drops them both. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah, and Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago, it was Nerlens Noel who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
Here's Ilgauskas. Shot is off. Anthony with the defensive effort. Orlando's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. 18. Points for Houdini.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his one season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injuries. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the 76ers.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment to
Well,
him.
you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Garbage Man. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat. And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive.
Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge, and the impact carried them through the entire game. What'd you notice about his performance, Kenny?
He was an artist with the basketball tonight, guys. Just a ridiculous amount of assists for him in this game.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Early season's greetings, NBA fans. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Got Shaquille O'Neal here. Got Kenny the Jet Smith here for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Philadelphia 76ers.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from San Antonio as the Spurs take it to the hardwood here at the AT&T Center. Looking at San Antonio, they took the win in their last game against the Nuggets in Denver. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at them wave after wave, and they really kept the crowd on mute in that.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Garbage man out there with Champ. Then it's Robert Covington. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Q in at the three.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws of this game.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, they weren't in that usual top three spot, though. Although, had they won the last game instead of being the sixth, they could have been the second.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage, and as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that seventh game.
And against the Clippers, the Spurs didn't have home court advantage. I mean, ended up playing a big part in that series. They ended up losing in Game 7 in Staples with some questionable timekeeping, but that's not why they lost.
Here's Rain Man. He had 10 points in the win against the Nuggets in Denver. And here's Iverson outside. And Embiid pulls it down.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Embiid the screen. And Ilgauskas kicks to Embiid. The dish to Ilgauskas. Embiid with the screen on Iverson. 5 on the clock, and still gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
The Spurs making a switch here. Collins is checked in. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Ilgauskas, and there's the foul, and it's on Garbage Man. That is his first foul of the game. The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Iverson passes to Rainbow. Here's Collins from down in the low post. It goes.
And that Spurs series sure didn't feel like a first-round matchup. I mean, you could have easily have seen either team playing for the title, regardless of who won the series. Both teams acknowledge that it felt like a conference finals matchup.
Here's Ilgauskas following the bucket by the Spurs. 5 to shoot. Off the pick. The rebound by the Spurs.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Now here's Johnson. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Denver. It's good from about 19 feet.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
On defense, San Antonio. Here's Ilgauskas. Can't get it to go. And San Antonio will go the other way with it.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively. Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Spurs shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and we're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
Hugh passes to Ilgauskas. Embiid with a screen on Iverson. Ilgauskas dishes to Embiid. He got right to the cup using that screen. Embiid's got his first basket of the night.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger. And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the progress. They've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injuries.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
The 76ers trail by 4. Here's Ilgauskas. Can't hit from in close.
You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy because we know in the NBA, it's a herd mentality if something works.
Philadelphia with the ball after the basket by San Antonio. There's the pass to Embiid. Here's Champ, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rain Man. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Big Smooth, he's checked in for Rain Man. They set the pick. Pass to Q. Shoots the 3. Collins grabs the miss. Over the 76ers, their last game, a win against the Magic.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. It seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road.
And Embiid gets it to go.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
The drive by Iverson goes up high for the 2-handed dunk.
And a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead.
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Philadelphia with the ball after the basket by San Antonio. Ilgauskas. He feeds it to Embiid. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Here's Covington. San Antonio with the rebound. And, guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
They may have wished for more games against them. A definite disparity in talent. We'll see if they take advantage again tonight.
Jones checked in for San Antonio. Oubre's checked in for Philadelphia. G comes in for Garbage Man. The 76ers trail. So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Oubre out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Q. Then it's Garbage Man. And it's Embiid in at the 5. And he gets it to go.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Now here's Iverson. A 26-point game for him in the win against the Nuggets in Denver.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game. Listen, playing Western Conference teams is never easy. And for the 76ers last year, it got downright ugly. Some games against the West, they just didn't stand any chance.
Champs checked in for the 76ers. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. A lot of blowouts for Philly last year against the West, as you talked about. Greg only managed to take 6 wins in their 30 games. Clark out of conference.
And, Kevin, that was tied for the fewest wins against the West in the league. But, again, no surprise with Philadelphia because they really were focused on developing young talent there.
Plenty of space. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from G.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Jones against Ilgauskas. Jones kicks to Collins. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Passes it to Embiid. Beyond the arc. Can't get it to go. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Osman defended by Batum. The feed to Jones. And there's the pass to Silk. The three-pointer is... right on target. Silk's got the lead up to 8 now for the Spurs.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Jones against Ilgauskas. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And listen, San Antonio is an older team, actually the oldest in the league last season. And because of injuries and days off, they didn't get to feel that preferred starting 5 a lot last year.
Spurs only used their preferred lineup less than half the season, but still a strong campaign. 22 games played with the starting lineup of Parker, Green, Leonard, Duncan, and Splitter.
And, you know, the Spurs will go on to use 23 different starting lineups, Kevin. That would be the 5th most in the NBA. Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Pass to T. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. T's got his second basket of the night.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Jones against Ilgauskas. Here's Silk. And another basket for San Antonio.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this high.
Jones against Ilgauskas. Embiid the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Got a piece of it. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Jones is running. The lead pushed to double digits. And now an 11-point Spurs lead.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now, here is Ilgauskas. He's coming off a 22-point game against Orlando.
And he was terrific in that game defensively as well, blocking 4 shots on the night. Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Passes it to Silk. Beyond the arc. The shot will not go. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Here's Ilgauskas. He kicks to Embiid. Nice move. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his 4th personal foul.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Joel Embiid. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Embiid. San Antonio making a switch here. And Embiid drops them both.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
And that does it for the first half of play. It's San Antonio as they wrap up the second quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have amped up home crowd. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held it. All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
It's been about his ability to just lock down the opponent from a defensive standpoint. A lot of shots also being blocked.
That reach he's shown, Greg, has certainly been fantastic in getting to some of these shots. I mean, he looks like he's got telescopic arms out there.
We've got Johnson. Collins is out there with Big Smooth. And it's Rain Man. And it's Iverson in at the one spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. And he dunks it down.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Ilgauskas in the post. Iverson covering. And it's Ilgauskas missing. The pass to Big Smooth. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Feeds to Ilgauskas. Embiid dishes to Ilgauskas. And that's a foul called on Baldwin. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Here's Ilgauskas. Here's Embiid. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Iverson outside. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. What Popovich said last year, he feels it might actually be the case.
You know, one thing about this San Antonio team, they just didn't go away last year. Pop himself said he felt they peaked in the 2014 finals.
You know, and you wonder if what Pop said is true. Spurs lost in the first round last year, and they'll be going through a lot of changes in the near future. And with the way they run that organization, they'll still be competing, I believe, for quite some time. How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
A lot of action in this one for Iverson. 10 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
Now, here's Ilgauskas. Defense right on him. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. The shot is off.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
76ers moving the ball around. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have... Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. San Antonio calls timeout.
Yeah, looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and it's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Here's Iverson, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Here's Ilgauskas, and the layup falls. Ilgauskas has got 7 points. Spurs leading by 13. Iverson outside. Here's the screen. They get it back.
Nice tip in there. He's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Silks checked in for Collins. The 76ers trail by 15. Pass to Q. Fires the 3. That's good. Q's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the 76ers.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
And the dunk by Iverson.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself. There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
Yeah, no doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
That's good.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Ilgauskas, the pass to Embiid. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Covington. There's a screen. On the wing, Johnson lets it go with a 3. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. And it's 9 points for Johnson.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Ilgauskas with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Here's the 3. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
Iverson, no good.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Passes it to Q. From deep. Rebound, San Antonio. Silk's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Shot from 12. Here's Rain Man. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Rain Man's got 13 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Embiid with a screen on Iverson. Here's Ilgauskas. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 9.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Ilgauskas with it. He's got 9. He dishes it to Embiid. Misses the baby hook. Spurs leading by 14. Philadelphia last year struggled in a number of ways, Greg. The big one was they couldn't make shots as a team. Very basic.
Kevin, lowest field goal percentage in the entire league, and by a wide margin. Hard to get any wins when that's the case.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Dishes to Ilgauskas. Gets a very good look and converts. Ilgauskas has got 8 points here in this quarter.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
The drive by Iverson.
We're still... waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. T's checked in for Embiid. Batum comes in for Robert Covington. Oubre's checked in for Q. And G's subbed in for Garbage Man. Taking a look at the 76ers. Robert Covington out there with Oubre. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then it's Garbage Man. And it's Champ in at the 2. The pass to Silk. Here's Rain Man. Kicks it to Jones. And stolen by Ilgauskas. By himself. Pushes it down to finish the break.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
There's the screen. The dish to Collins. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Ilgauskas. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
That's good. And that's 17 points for Goose.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball. That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Jones drives in. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Philadelphia ball.
Spurs making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Q comes in for Oubre. And G's subbed in for Champ. Pass to Q. A 3-ball. Can't get it to go. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Big Smooth the pass to Silk. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. On the wing, Johnson. There's the steal. Fast break, Philadelphia. Stripped it away. Here's Big Smooth, covered by Ilgauskas. Johnson kicks to Collins. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. And that's 19 points for Goose.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Embiid the screen. Now, here's Ilgauskas. D right on him.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
What a game we've seen here for Ilgauskas. He's got 16 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
Big Smooth, he's checked in for Collins. Rain Man passes to Big Smooth. That's tipped. Ilgauskas up top. To the wing on the left. Embiid the screen. Now Ilgauskas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off the pick. That's good. Ilgauskas has got 6.